you should be able to go ahead and share from our Facebook and Instagram now.
Wait, it's the games I don't play. Shower up, get fresh, and out the door.
Every time I try to do it, I go off the screen.
I got you. I'll do it.
I go get it. CW Snickers, that's my brand. Let's talk business. I've been doing me since middle school. I'm ambitious. I go get it. I'm so cynic, but no COVID with it. It's over with it, how I overdid it. Let's go. I'm gonna get that bread. I'm gonna get that paper. If it ain't about the money, we could probably more later. I made a life change, yeah, I blame it on me. I'm never starving, just hungry. Time for me to feast. I came from where to eat your food, make you scrape the plate. I told myself, stay patient. They know that you great. Nobody gave me a pass. I'm ahead of my class. Check my sash.
Gotta get to the money. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that bread. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that paper. Go, 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 go get it. The slowest mouse will get fed. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it.
I suited up fresh, Stacey Adams, no gators. And crunch time, my front line, eyes on that paper. I got the game covered, now smothered, I'm gravier. They know that I'm the master of time, I won't play with you. I keep the menu popping with about 5 flavors. I'm driving around town, blowing gas, no vapor. I shine, you shine, we shine. I make the stamina rise, that's why I ain't signed. I'm winning a chip, MJ, when he was sick, it's no stopping the gifted. That's straight Pacific. I survived when it got live, you trip when they threw 5. Hit the bank, got on my grind, New York state of mind. I'm back, document that. More vicious with more physics and analytics. I let the room for critics. I go get it, my bag's packed. I moved on, there's no turning back. The art of rap on
Gotta get to the money. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that bread. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that paper. Go, 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 go get it. The slowest mouse will get fed. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it.
I bet they know now, surprise, get it poppin'. This here provide services and product keep dropping. I want more money, his money, her money. I want day money, even faster, slow money. I want rain money, snow money, day and night money. I want cash money, cash at the Zelle money. I know what to do with it, I don't act a fool with it. I take them to school with it, see me making moves to get it.
Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that bread. Gotta get to that bread. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that paper. Go, 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 go get it. The slowest mouse will get fed. Go get it. The slowest mouse will get fed. Gotta get to the money. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that bread. Go get it. Go, 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 go get it. Gotta get to that paper.
I like that. I like that. What you think? What you think? I saw you bobbing your head over there.
That was pretty dope. Who's the artist?
That's Surprise. So he actually is up for the Queen City Awards right now. So congrats to Surprise. So that was Surprise. That was Go Get It. And he's an artist that I've been following for a while. So yeah, he's dope. He's got a lot going on.
Is he screen on all platforms?
I'm pretty sure that he is. Yes, I'm very sure that he is. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's a dope artist, definitely. So we like to feature local artists. And so that was Surprise. That was Surprise. So make sure y'all go follow him. He is on Instagram and on Facebook. If you just look him up, that is Surprise. That is SIR_P_RIZE. So make sure y'all go and follow him if y'all like that song.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yes. So hey King, how you doing?
I am here, excited.
Good. I'm excited too because we've been wanting to connect for a while. I know that you published a book. Let's start there. Tell me what's the name of your book and what is it all about?
Well, this the book here is called Look at Us, Just a Conversation. And the concept of the book is very motivating for somebody who's trying to get to the next level in their life. And what I did is I implemented some of myself into the book so I could get people to take their shoulders down. It's a lot of accountability there. It's a lot of accountability in the book for you to be able to look at yourself. So that's why I named the book "Look at Us," because I'm a product. I'm a product of everything that I wrote in that book. So
understood.
it's really
Understood.
Yeah.
So is it like a about your life type thing, a biography, or tell us more? You being real vague right now. Tell us more.
Right. Well, it's a little bit of everybody. It's just really life. And then you'll have to be in an open-minded space to be able to digest some of the direct tone. And that's why I threw myself in, because sometimes somebody might say, "Who do we think he is?" You know what I mean? But when I include myself in there to say, "Hey, not just you, me too," that's why it's "Look at Us." And I don't, for me personally, I think that's not. If you get that book, there's nothing. I'd start off by saying, don't. If you hear something that you don't agree with, don't put the book down, because I promise you, there's something in there for you. Promise.
Right.
Promise.
So what made you write this book?
Life. My healing. Me starting to go through my healing process. And understanding what that was. You know, a lot of times we look for a therapist sometimes, and that's nothing to take nothing away from therapists, but the therapist is a great listener. A therapist is a person that can get you to open up and say things that you might not have said. But when you walk in the room, the therapist don't actually tell you, "Hey, you got daddy issues," or "You got mommy issues," or what. You go in and you actually tell them your problem, so you actually know the problem. You know what I mean? Right. So during the process of writing that book, I started healing myself. And in the midst of healing myself, I know it's not just me. You know what I mean? So I wrote it in the lanes of reaching as many people as I could. You know what I mean? And I just put myself in it to get you to take your shoulders down, so nobody didn't have to feel like, "Hey, who do we think he is?" Nah, me too. You know what I mean? Me too.
Right. Yeah. Hashtag me too.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely can feel that. I'm an author as well, and my life experiences are in all of my books. So absolutely. I definitely understand, you doing that. And I also can understand how when you say, "Well, I don't want people to feel like I'm trying to say that I'm better or that I know all the answers." So I definitely understand that as well. So I appreciate your transparency. So with you in writing this book, what has been the response from people? Your book?
Well, for me, let's just say if I was a cook and I was really good at cooking steak, right? And I try to cook a pasta, right? It's kind of like I'm side-eyeing, because I know if I cook that steak, everybody's gonna like it. I've been doing that, but I've done a pasta, and it's kind of like I'm side-eyeing, and to see, dang, I can't wait till they taste it. My first calls I was getting was I got a call from a guy that doesn't read, and he called me and he said, "Who you talking to, Matt? You talking to me?" And then now that boosts me up. But then there was pastors that called me later. These major pastors calling me saying, "Hey, I wrote a couple of sermons off your book." And then that kind of gave me the big head after that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got confident. I got real confident after that. You know what I mean? But I knew I had something there. I knew I got something in there. But like, again, I was side-eyeing it because it's something new for me. This is my first book. You know what I mean? I actually, in the midst of a year before I, actually started putting the pen to paper, I was just downloading stuff, but I wouldn't read anything because I didn't want no other author to alter my writing style. I wanted to give my own writing style. And once you get the book, it'll show you that it's just a conversation, because it's just like one of my partners read it and he was like, "Matt, I felt like I was just talking to you because I know how you talk." You know what I mean? So that was my goal, to write it and make you feel like we were sitting in the room talking, and that was the nature of it.
Okay. All right. The private room. We sitting in the private room right now. And you are on the
Absolutely.
hot seat. I'm about to ask
I'm
you
on
some
the hot seat. I'm
questions.
I'm here. I'm here for it.
So we're going to talk business first because I
Hmm.
know that you are a mentor to youth and other men in your community. So tell
Absolutely.
me, yeah. So what brought you to becoming an advocate in the community, and why is that so important? I truly believe that men that are leaders in the community have a huge impact
Right.
on our children. So what
Right.
made you decide that it was necessary to have your organization to help kids?
Yeah. Even before the the thought of an organization was I grew up in the Belmont Boys and Girls Club, right in the Belmont community, right in North Charlotte.
Mhm.
And my director at the time was Frank Bryce at the center, and he started trusting me to coach at 15. So I was coaching 9 and 10-year-olds at 15. And
Oh wow.
yeah. And in the midst of that, um, I seen the younger ones that was under me that needed things bigger than basketball and how they was using basketball for an outlet. And it was for me
Mhm.
too. I had the same feeling. So as I
Excuse me.
grew and grew, I was probably doing mentoring when I was as a kid and just didn't look at it like that. But once I got older, um, I used to be somebody else, and I took from a community. I was part of a problem in the community. So once I got older, I wanted to be give back to that same community, and even the community in any community in Charlotte, because I couldn't tell you that the kids that I dealt with was from all over Charlotte. So I from different
Mhm.
neighborhoods and whatnot. So it wasn't one community that I was capable of reaching out, touching, but I
Okay.
felt necessary to do because where I come from and what I've done
Right.
in those communities. So,
Understood. Understood. So you were a menace to society. You got your
I
shit
wouldn't say
together.
that. I wouldn't say that. Definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. But
Okay.
yeah, that is I would say. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So me being in the social human services field myself,
Mhm.
we talked about learned experiences and how that is beneficial to the community to be able to say, yeah, I've been here, I've been through it. um
Absolutely.
so so for you, what do you have going on right now when it comes to the community, and how can somebody step up to the plate like you have to help our kids in the community, because our kids are suffering
Well,
right now?
right. And a lot of times what has to happen in those spaces is um sometimes I think our schools suffer from that because they pick the people with the credentials, with the paper credentials. You know what I mean? And then they wonder why the kids don't register to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
What I've been capable of doing is being able to making them feel as if I'm cut from the same cloth they're cut from, so they feel comfortable,
Mhm.
telling me their worst secrets, you know what I mean? And opening their hearts up to be able to say, I respect Coach Mack and what he brings, and that's been the nature. And I won't take all credit for that because God gave me something special that I
Mhm.
know that's bigger than me.
Right.
And I think I'm glad he given me that to be able to read energy and be able to say some of the right things. Sometimes I say something that I know came from another place because it might be a message to myself, and I'm like, dang, that maybe that was for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because in the midst of me mentoring all these years, I mentored myself as well because putting God first gave me the open mind to be able to listen to myself because the the most popular voice God uses. Sometimes people looking for this mysterious voice. He uses your voice, because
Right.
that's the voice that you hear all your life. So I started listening to myself because I know I wanted to change, and I got to be thankful for my kids because they helped me make the change that I needed to make because I
Mhm.
wanted to be here for them. So,
Right. Good deal. Good deal. How many kids do you have?
mm,
How many
Blood?
biological kids? Because I know you have
Oh,
hundreds of
okay.
kids. How many biological kids do you
I got,
have?
I got. Here's what I got 3 kids, and I got
Okay,
4 adults.
gotcha. Okay, wait.
That 4 adults and three
Hold on.
kids. Yeah,
Okay, so you have, wait, what do you mean? You have 4 adults. What does that mean?
they're grown.
Okay, gotcha. So you have four
Yeah.
adult children and you have 3 small children.
That's right.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ask that magic question. Are you single? Are you single?
I
Are
am.
you single? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we gonna go ahead and get into that. We're gonna go ahead and get
Right.
into that. So you're
Right.
single. What kind of
Okay.
woman do you like, Mr. King Mac?
And here's the crazy thing. I don't really technically want to be sick, but
Okay, I like it. Okay.
I'm definitely in a space now that I'm a little bit more verbal about what I want and what I need in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I'm gonna give out. I'm not the same person I was 15, 20 years ago. So I know what I'm
Right.
capable of being. So I desire to have some. I want something that matches this energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Um,
And so what does that look like for you? Match your energy. What does that mean? Like what
so
I need more. I need more.
right. So let's look at it this way. Let's think about the investment. We're gonna call this the investment and the return, right? So
Okay.
if I pour a little bit of liquor in a glass with
Okay.
the intentions of drinking it, that's the investment. In return, I want to get a buzz drinking it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I go to a restaurant to purchase something to eat, if I want to if I'm hungry, I want to go eat. The investment is go purchase something there.
Right.
The return is that it fills me up and it's good.
Exactly. Love it.
If I love you and I show that, that's the investment. In return, I want to be loved back. And I think sometimes when we think about relationships, you know, you don't go to a basketball coach and ask him to teach you how to play hockey.
Right.
And you don't go to a tennis coach and ask him to teach you how to play football. You know what I mean? So I'm the best person to tell you how I want to be loved. And I think sometimes we get in relationships, man and female, we tend to try to love that person how we want to love them instead of being observant to love them how they need to be loved, how they want to be loved. You know what I mean? So I want that for myself too. If I can dish that out, I want to receive that space too. I want to receive that energy.
I love that. So you rarely, well, let me take that back. When we think of men and women and how we look at relationships, I don't hear too often where a guy will say, I don't want to be single. You know what I mean? So when not too many men have I heard say, I don't want to be single. I would like to find somebody. I don't know if maybe that's a vulnerable thing or what that is. But when it comes to you, when was your last relationship? And I know you said that you don't really have necessarily a type, but what's important to you in your partner?
First of all, I would love to have relationship goals. You know what I mean? I want, let's don't just, you're not a car. I'm not gonna come here and lease you and then say, hey, I'm gonna have a girlfriend for 2 years and then I'm gonna look for another girlfriend and two. I'm gonna trade this one in. So if we not setting ourselves up to finish life together, especially at the age I'm at, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Everything should be an attempt to go. Now if I'm just dating, if I'm dating, that's a different place. A dating is dating. You know what I mean? If I ain't got no intentions on nothing, I'm taking somebody out, we're having a good time. That space is that space. If it go farther than that, it is what it is. But if I'm shooting for the stars, then I don't want to play with my own feelings. I don't want to say I'm a play with this person for 2 or 3 years and be invest in that, and it's not real. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because now I got to deal with somebody. You don't just be around somebody years and then decide that, oh, we're gonna walk away and you don't feel some
Right.
type of way about it. You know what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
Sometimes it gets a little scary, especially dealing with women. You're a woman, so let's say this:
Mhm.
um, women leave in a relationship when they feel that this is not good for them. They leave mentally before they leave physically.
True.
So when a man is all in, he don't know that you technically done left mentally. So by the time you leave physically, he's broken because he can't believe you're moving. He don't know that you already left. So that's the
Mm.
fear in being in a relationship and wanting that, especially when there's no when the communication is not great. You know what I mean? So
I
I
I
won't that myself.
yeah, I get that. I get that. So for you, how old are you? You said at this
I
age.
am right. I'm 48.
48. Okay, so we're the same age and you're
Right, right.
single. So I definitely agree with that. At 48 years old, I don't have time to be sleeping around and just dating random people. So I get that.
Right.
But for me, the dating is not what it used to be. Dating is
Absolutely
just
not.
it's a whole bunch of games going around. It's there's so many. I feel like people don't necessarily respect traditional relationships anymore because there are so many different lifestyles of relationships. Um, so how how do you meet women? How do you meet your partner
Oh,
when
God.
there's so many different avenues there's social media, there's dating apps and all that. So for you, how do you meet a woman? How do you meet a quality woman?
God, the crazy thing about it is, I was gonna
Mhm,
ask you how did that happen? You know what I
mhm,
mean? God.
mhm,
But meeting people, I guess when the stars and the moon and everything lines up and the cross path. But because one of the things, men are not big at rejection. You know what I mean? And we're in a society now that with social media and all. So you have to really be in tune on being able to keep a woman's attention. Because let's just think about it.
mhm,
Back in the day before there was social media, your let's say your girl works at a warehouse.
mhm.
She might see on the average from home to work, she might see, let's just say 23 guys. Home to work, she see 23 guys.
And that's
Now
low.
women, right, right.
Yeah. Mhm,
Now women are capable of seeing 40,000 men a day because all she got to do is go on social media. So how do you keep her attention when she has, let's just say 60 DMs from 60 different men? I think that, that plays a toll on, and especially if a woman saying, hey, I'm chasing the bag, right? And let's just say
mhm.
she's looking for a provider, or what I mean, that's always gonna be somebody with a bigger bag than yours. So when I said, how do you invest into that, knowing that tomorrow she can see a bigger bag?
Yeah. I get that. I get
You know,
that.
so so, so
Mhm,
there's small and large percentage. Not all women. Let's clear that up because I don't want
mhm,
anybody to think that I'm saying that, because anything we're gonna say, there's always gonna be a small and a large percentage.
mhm,
Um, and there is, whatever that percentage is, there are women out here that, but guess who path they're crossing? I don't know who path they're crossing because I don't know who path I'm crossing. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah, yeah. I get it. So there is a lot of competition um for dating. I get that. And with social media, so between when my ex and I separated, like completely separated, no longer under the same roof. Um you know, I tried the what do you call it? The Facebook dating app
Okay.
thing. um, and I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. I actually preferred the Facebook dating over the other apps, and the reason why is because one, at least I know that they're real
Okay.
because they're on Facebook. Their profile's been, you know, confirmed or whatever. Now we do know that there are people that create uh what I don't know, dummy
Fake.
profiles or whatever.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
But overall, we at least know that Facebook at least verifies, right? So that was a little bit, I don't want to say comforting, but at least it made me feel as if I at least know that I'm talking to a real person. But I also know that it, for Facebook dating, it has that the date side and the friend side. So if you're only looking for friendship, then you know, you turn your profile over to friendship. And if you're looking for dating, then you know, you keep it on dating. And I'm gonna be honest, it was a lot.
Okay.
It was a lot because
Okay.
you realize how many people are searching or at least looking the same time that you're looking. And I promise you, every single time my phone was going on while my profile was active, it was constantly going off. So it's like there's so many people out there looking for someone, but how many other people are they sending messages to?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, like
So,
you're sending me a message, but am I in the line of 60 people that
right.
you're trying to connect with? So are you traditional? You just kind of meet women when you go out or whatever, or do you use dating apps? Are you into that?
Yeah.
Like what
I,
do you
I
do?
I haven't used the dating app before. In my younger days, played on it but I was a different type of animal at that time. I wasn't even
I understand.
trying to find nothing. I was on something else. Um,
Understood.
yeah. So now, and I for me, I'm just kind of moving in life and just hoping, well, I mean, I say hoping. I just moving in life, and when whatever it is happen, it happened. I have my last uh uh relationship. Um, I think the person is really, really dope. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. One thing we have to understand the difference between being loving and being in love. Sometimes you can love somebody because you've been around them a while, but that don't mean you have those butterflies or whatnot when you're not around, or being able to go a whole day without speaking to that person. It's certain avenues. Now, what I do understand is about love is when somebody feels a certain type of way about you, you're not going to have to ask them. You're going to know. You're gonna
Right.
know that they fool with you on that level. You know what I mean? And so woman or man, I would say if you don't feel that, don't 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 misjudge your feelings. And I ain't talking about saying, hey, I think somebody should buy me the world or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. But when you feel that somebody loves you, you know what that feels like. You're not gonna. I mean, because love is love is the powerful thing because to me, God is love. Love is God. Because I mean, if you think about love, just an example, love can have you sitting in a hospital, shedding tears over birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, has a new baby came to the world, you shedding tears. And that same love can have you standing at a casket saying, in pain. You know what I'm saying? Just one word we're talking about. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn to not take that, take that in vain. I have to respect how powerful that word is, and even to the people I've dealt with in my lifetime. Because here's my honesty. I used to be a cheater. I've been a cheater. and a lot of my insecurities come from who I've been as a person. And I'm being able to say this because I'm in a space now that I'm in a healing space, so I'm good. I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay with where I've been, and I can stand 10 toes on that. So yeah, I that feels different. But what I will tell you is this: they say because we're external and internal, like women are internal, we're external. A man can do something with no conscience. And let me rephrase that.
I was writing it down, so I can go back to it.
not with conscience. A man can do something with no feelings behind it.
Okay.
Okay. He can. Most women, for me, the majority of women, if they decide to step outside the box, it's somebody they already know. Somebody they've already been with, somebody that they have time around. Y'all don't just randomly meet. A guy can randomly meet somebody tonight and be okay with it. Right. You feel what I'm saying? But no sooner as that moment is over with, that's nothing for him. He can block that out because he's external. Y'all internal. So the emotion is a different space. You know what I'm saying? So I remember somebody telling me, when my cousin, she likes to talk to me about her relationship. She said, hey, he cheated, and then he told me he loved me. I told him he can't love me if he did that. And I said, cuz, I want to be very honest to you. And there's some fact. Yeah, he does love you. Did he make a decision to make a bad decision? Not a mistake, because a mistake is an accident. He made a bad decision. Do he still love you? Absolutely. Did he make a dumb decision? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Now, how you receive that, what you're willing to go through behind that, if that's a deal breaker for you, then I get it, because he the one that's an immaturity. He and cheat for 3 different reasons. 1, immaturity. 2, greedy. 3, they missing something at home. And a lot of women don't want to hear that part. They don't want to hear that part of him missing. Well, I didn't make him. No, you didn't make him, but he's missing something there. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a certain percentage. But a lot of men, they cheat because of immaturity, or they cheat because they're greedy. You know, so I mean, and this is part of life. Everything has its you have its disadvantages and its advantages, and you got things like women going to be able to do this, and it's going to be a double standard when men do it. You know what I mean? It's going to be a double standard. So, and we try to shake that. We try to say, no, this is not fair. This is not how it goes. But so I can give you an example. Me touching this cup right here.
Right.
You see? Right? This is a good cup of water. This is a good cup. I didn't get this out the sink. This is a great cup of water. Me touching this cup is nothing. Let's just say I haven't even drunk it out of it. And you say, yo, Mac, I want to taste that water. Me touching this cup doesn't stop you from drinking this water, right?
Right.
But if I stick my finger in this cup,
I don't know where your finger's been.
Exactly. So it sounds bad, but here's the double standard to that. Because I'm external, I'm outside. You're inside. So somebody's going to feel different about how that works, because no, I don't want to drink that after you stuck your hand in it.
Right.
But I'll still drink that because you touched the cup. That's nothing.
Right. And
we would like to tend to say, no, that's not fair. That's not how it should go. But that's the double standard. Okay, another double standard to that. Mm-hmm. If we're an item, mm-hmm. If you lose your job, and I say, baby, chill, I got you.
Right.
I take care of everything. Nobody will say anything.
True.
They will be totally cool with that. Let's say we've been together for years. I lose my job. In within a month's time, somebody's in your ear saying, if I was you, I wouldn't be sitting around taking care of no man.
Right.
I ain't finna get ready. You feel what I'm saying? So everything, when it's talking woman and man, there's certain things that you would think has this double standard. We can't change it. It's life. It happens. So, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the nature of that when it comes to that. Man. Who don't want love? Who don't want to be in love, Tim?
I don't know. Being in love, that's a lot. That's a lot of work.
It's scary though. It's scary. God,
it's scary. It is. But I like the fact that you brought up that there is a difference between, you know, loving and being in love. And I've had that conversation before. And it seems the younger generation is more free loving, I guess you could say, than our generation.
Right.
And so I've had that conversation where it's like, do you love me or are you in love with me? Because I feel like I need to know what the depth of your feelings are. And well, I just told you that I love you. No. Do you love me or are you in love with me? And I've had those conversations before. I've even been in the room where couples, you know, people are talking, not just couples, sorry, or being in a room full of people who are talking about love, being in love, single, not single. And it's just, we really have to understand who it is that we're dating, because not everybody is going to see life and relationships the same way we do. So, you know, there's so many things when it comes to dating that with the technology has made it easy to date multiple people or to talk to multiple people and get to know multiple people at one time versus traditional, you know, calling everyone or seeing people face to face. You can talk to, like you said, you can talk to 60 people, you know, at one time. And you can decide out of the 60, like, okay, who's my top 3? That's the way dating is nowadays. So when it comes to love and being in love and just, you know, trying to navigate relationships, it's a lot. It's a lot for somebody in this day and age to date, because there's so many different perspectives. There's so many different backgrounds. There's so many different lifestyles. There's so much.
So let's just think about this right here.
That are dating.
When we were younger, let's think about this. With no social media. If I was attracted to you, I had to get them 7 digits.
Exactly.
I had to holler. I had to find out, was you attracted enough for me? What did I do enough game to say that you would give me your number, right?
Right.
And then I couldn't cheat you by shooting you a text and then I say some BS to you, and all I gotta do is write LOL at the end. You know what I mean? And then I can say I was just joking.
Or you can unsend it. You can unsend it.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. See, when we was coming up, you had to talk on the phone. What Prince said. This is the word of Prince. I was rapping till the sun came up, telling you how good you look, how you had to conversate, right?
You had to talk to this person. You hang up.
No, you hang up. No. And you had to really know that person. And so within a month's time, because here's what things are like. People think love is really hard. Love is really easy, right? So you saying you within a month or 2 months, you sitting here saying, dang, I can't even say it, but I think I love this person.
Yeah.
The reason why you thought that was because you've been sitting on the phone for 4 days out of a week, for 4 and 5 hours. You know this person for some work because you don't have real conversation. That's not happening right now. I can text you. Most people right now don't even talk.
They text.
They're not even talking. They're texting. They're shooting text messages all day. No, I need to hear somebody. I need to talk to somebody. Right. I need to have that physical connection there. You're not gonna be able, you know. A matter of fact, I don't even text that dang on good. You know what I mean? I don't want to see you a whole paragraph worth of stuff. You know what I mean? People are arguing right now in Texas. They arguing, and I thought text was for a discrete moment. You're at work, I'm at work, you can't talk, or some stuff, or maybe just a simple, hey, I'm thinking about you or whatever. But when this get to a point where you're laying around and for 40 minutes you're going back and forth with a text message, but nobody picked the phone up and said, because the new generation can't even have a conversation. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm in a space now that huh?
I said they don't even have each other's phone number.
No, they inboxing.
Right.
They don't even ask for numbers. They say, what's your chat? What's your chat? What is it? Snapchat? Right. I don't know. They just want that stuff. Instagram. They don't even want your phone number. Exactly. They're not even having that covered. There's no way to tell. So I don't know. I think that plays a toll. And then I think some of the other generations are getting caught up. And when we see different podcasts and other person's relationships, and then you take that but I think everybody, your who you are to somebody else and who somebody else to you, it's personal.
Right.
No matter if you look to somebody else's relationship and say that's a dope relationship or that's a toxic relationship, that has nothing to do with what you want with somebody else and what somebody else want with you. You know what I mean? And I don't think we're losing that space now because we're looking at everybody else trying to compare or match what we see in other relationships. And a lot of times it's celebrities and stuff, and these people got money. You know what I mean? That's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly. They can pay for the stories that are put out there.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. Those are some good points. So how do you weed through as a person that's traditional, which it sounds like you are, how do you date in a society that relies on technology? Because really with social media, you could have a whole different personality and a whole different persona online versus when you meet them in person, they could be a completely different person. That's why we have Catfish in the 20th season. Right. So you can be someone else online, but then when you meet, that person can be completely different. So as a person that likes to date traditionally, how are you doing that? Because nowadays people are not dating traditionally.
No, it's hard. You can't even you gotta find what restaurant you're taking the person to. They might flip out. The restaurant ain't expensive enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
The and top 20 restaurants not to take somebody on a first date, the most ridiculous list ever.
Right, like it's crazy, and I think a lot of that comes from the social media space. So people get caught up in what they've seen other people do, and some of these what people don't even know that some of these people are creator what they call them social media creators. What is it called?
Creators, influencers, all that good stuff.
Right. So some of these stuff is some of this stuff is fake. Some of this stuff is something they done set up and made it, hey, you took me to such and such and all the argument, all that. I mean, so some of it is fake and we get caught up in it. We looking at it. We like, oh, and then some people digesting that like, that's what I want for me because, hey, if you're not doing this or doing that, then you ain't, you're not the right person. It get really weird. So it makes it hard for traditional people to date at this time. Because, I mean, for a person like me, I've been out, I've done a lot outside. Sometimes I don't even want to be outside. So how do I meet somebody? You know what I mean? So I gotta sit on here and I'm looking on social media. I'm saying, dang, she's cute. You gotta scroll down. You gotta say, all right, who she, how she moves, what she doing. Somebody might send you a friend request. You can't even hit yes yet. You gotta go down their page and you gotta look and say, I ain't finna get this person on my page yet until I see who they are. And you can only get so much from that. You know what I mean? You can only get so much from that. So it gets difficult. I don't know. I think we're at a space right now. We're at the battle of the sexes. It's a lot going on. And if all the single people wanting the same thing, why are we all single? I mean, think about it. Everybody's saying they want the same thing, but why are we all single then?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I have I have several single friends, male and female, and I hear from them a lot that people are very inconsistent. And to me, that's because they're talking to other people, not just you.
Right.
Right. The lifestyles. People are choosing to date multiple people, and those people are okay with dating multiple people. So then you have that pool.
So Sunshine, let me ask you this. I want to ask you a question. I just turned into the host right now. I just turned into the host. I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
So let's ask a question about dating. So if we're dating one person, is that per se a relationship? Because if you're dating, my question is, if you're dating, that means you're exploring options.
Okay. Yep. Definitions.
How do you feel about that? Because if we're dating, you're saying we're exploring options. Or if I'm dating one person, then that means there's a obligation to that space.
So I think it's all in communication because of the fact that there's so many different lifestyles with relationships nowadays, right? So I think when a person meets someone that they're interested in, those are probably the conversations you need to have up front. Are you dating other people? Yes. No. Yes. Okay. Are you? I'm blunt. Are you sleeping with those other people?
Okay.
Now,
say it again. This where the lies come in at right here. Where you say, when you ask that question right there, that's where the lies come in.
Yeah. So they might say yes to dating other people, but how many people are going to admit that they're probably sleeping with a couple of those people?
Right.
So then that's the other problem, because now you're being dishonest.
Right.
And then the other thing is, I don't think people put it out on Front Street really what they want. They're dating casually. They're dating this person. They're dating that person. They're enjoying the dating process. And I'm gonna say, I don't want to say for women, but for women, if several men are dating you, you're really benefiting. You're being taken out to dinner.
So let's ask the question, Tim. If you do ask that question, right? Here's where it makes it different. So if you do ask the question and say, "Hey, are you dating other people?" and it can't be said, "Are you sleeping with other people?" If somebody says yes, does they still get a chance? Is that still open?
Well, then that's the conversation. Now, this is me, and this is something I actually wanted to talk on a future episode about, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there now. I have lived in a poly relationship for at least 10 years, right? So the last 10 years, I have had poly relationships, meaning that I have been with someone and we are okay with each other dating other people, right? Having feelings with other people, engaging with other people. I did that for almost 10 to 12 years, right? And so for me, dating, I usually, then had to put it out and say, hey, how do you feel? Are you dating other people? Yes. How do you feel about the fact that you're dating other people? I'm dating other people. How do you feel about that? And, we had that conversation. And so then my next question is, are you sleeping with them? If they're honest, yes. If they're not, no. Okay. So if you are you protecting yourself? And what does that look like if you and I want more from each other? you know, what's going to happen to those other people? So I feel like people are not having those serious conversations.
Because there's not going to be any honesty.
And then they're not being honest.
No, it's not going to be honest behind it. Because let's just say, if I like you like that, if I'm liking you, and yeah, I just slept with somebody 2 days ago, because that's what I've been doing. I've been chilling. When I run into you, we at Food Lion. I run into you and I'm saying, oh shit, I'm feeling that. You know, we've been talking on the phone for 2 days. You exchange numbers, and if I say 2 days ago I slept with somebody, the risk of that is saying now that I just met somebody that I really truly like, I subjectively, by telling the truth, because let's be honest, the truth don't have to feel good to be the truth. It's still the truth.
It's still the truth. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So if I tell you the truth behind that, here's what happens at this moment. There's probably a 95% chance that no matter what else I say after this, your feelings probably have changed. Even if you liked me,
exactly,
your feelings may have changed now, because you say, hell, you know, even though you haven't been with this person, you just met this person, you just had sex 2-3 days ago,
right?
And now you in my face. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to digest.
Yeah,
on both ends, woman or man.
Yeah, because now you have to decipher, the question's been asked, do I be honest and risk them walking away?
Right.
Or do I be honest because I should be? They ask the question. So don't ask questions that you don't want answers to. That's number one. So clear. You ask the question and you're like, yeah, I slept with somebody a couple of days ago. Okay, I didn't know you a couple of days ago. I just met you and I'm feeling you. So, but you're right. Somebody is going to feel some kind of way, because they're going to be like, oh, well, you just slept with somebody a couple of days ago. So what's going on with that? You know, where does that leave me? And so there's just so much when it comes to relationships. And again, I can't express enough with so many lifestyles out there that you really have to have those conversations up front. You know, when I was dating and poly and actively poly, I would tell people I'm polyamorous. How do you feel about it? You know, and they'll ask questions, you know, this is how I feel about it, or they'll ask more questions if they're not familiar. And I'll be honest, most men, you know, that I dated during my poly years, they, I'm going to say the majority of men were okay with it. But the reason why they were okay with it is because they were dating other people too, right? And
here's the fact behind that. So let's clear this up, that I want a lot of women to even know from the beginning. And for some reason in their mind, they think something less than this. I don't care if a man meets you and thinks that you're the love of his life, or he feels it's a one-night stand. One of his goals, and one of his main goals, is to say, I want to touch you, right? I clearly, it doesn't matter if I say, damn, this is dope, I would like to spend a lifetime with this person. Still, one of his goals, whether he's willing to wait or whether he want it right now, one of his goals is to touch you. So when you get guys, even with you being in a poly relationship, and you get guys that saying, here, a lot of guys are saying, shit, okay, there's no obligation for me or no connection. If she's around and give me some, I'm cool. So yeah, you can have your man. I'm good, boo-boo. Yeah, that's what's up. Matter of fact, keep him.
Right.
Keep him, because now that's what I don't have to deal with some of the other things that would come along with me and you doing one-on-one. Right. Because then there's a different expectation there. Right. Then if you already got somebody and like that. So some of them, the majority of men would probably play in that field, because what their first goal is to say, well, then if she talking like that, then I'm getting ready to make this pop. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see how the majority of them lean in that area.
And you're right. Men will assume that because you're polyamorous, you're easy, you're going to sleep with them, and you're doing this with multiple people. But just because you're polyamorous doesn't mean that you're sleeping with everybody that you're engaging with. And just because you're polyamorous doesn't mean I'm going to give it up to you just because I can have multiple relationships at one time. Right. And so then that's another conversation. Well, you know, you're saying that you're okay with it. Why are you so okay with it? Is that because you're dating other people? And usually it's yes. And okay, well, great. So what happens if you and I are like, you know, hey, I'm feeling you, I want something more. So it's all about communication. You have to constantly check in with one another to see where you stand, because you can start off a dating relationship just wanting to spend time with someone. You could be dating someone because you like their vibe. You could be dating somebody, you know, because the goal is that you want to get in their pants. Whatever that is, you have to have constant communication. You have to constantly check in with people and say, you know, where do we stand? Where are we at? And that definitely changes once you sleep together. Once you sleep together, you have to have just because you sleep together don't mean we together.
Right. So and that's why right now in my mind, I live by the triple C. I call it the triple C.
Okay.
Commitment, consistency, and communication.
Say that again.
The triple C. And that's a life lesson. Anything that you can do. Commitment. We're here. You just committed. We're here. The consistency. Don't part-time me. You know what I mean? That's be consistent with you. And communication. That way we understand where we at. We understand what we're going on. As soon as we leave that out, this is subject to go left, right, up, down. You know what I'm saying? It goes anywhere from there. So I definitely in my life, especially where I'm at now, did I do it in my earlier years? No, I didn't. Maybe in different programs that I was in, but not in relationship. I didn't look at that, what the triple C's could do for me. But though that says a lot to me in relationship. Commitment, consistency, and communication.
Yeah.
If we can get that makes sense. Don't make me feel some type of way tonight. And 2 days from now, you can't make me feel that same type of way. You know what I mean? Right. I felt that rub on my back saying, baby, it's gonna be all right. But now you done that for me, but you ain't never done that no more. You know what I mean? To be honest, me and that got into a certain level of their life, they could be very easy to please. I think. I know I am. I don't have a lot of hey, well, what makes you happy? I can't even. It's so simple. It's like moment. It's the moment. So it's hard to even tell you. But what I will tell you is, most men will be in relationships for respect, and most women will stay in relationships for provide, let's say, security. It's women right now that's in relationship that might not be happy there, but because of the secure place that they're in, they stay. And men will be in relationships that they're not sure if they are in love and this woman in love with them, but the respect is okay. So they'll take respect over love, and women will take security over love. That's just my opinion.
Okay. I agree somewhat. I do agree. So I do agree that women will stay in relationships for security. I agree with that. I also think the comfortability, afraid to be alone. There's so many. There's a list of things, but but all of those things still go back to security. I agree with that. But you're saying that a man will stay in a relationship for respect. You have to give me more respect from the woman, respect as being in a relationship. What does that mean? What do you mean by respect? Respect from his.
So let's think about this first. Let's go to the nature of a man. A man wants the woman that everybody wants but can't get. He want to be able to leave you in a room full of vultures and he can walk out and be safe.
Right.
That's hard right now. That's hard. That's because sometimes I don't think, and when I say anything, because I put some stuff on Facebook and I didn't know that some women thought that I'm some type of woman basher or something. And I'm like, nah, like I got 3 sisters and a mom. I was raised by all women, you know what I mean? Mama,
Right.
brother, 12. So I've been in the house with all women for a long time, you know what I mean?
Social
I learned
media
what a
is
period, you know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. So let's talk about pre-protection. Let's say pre-protection.
Mhm.
There's 2 stores up the street from our house. One store has all these guys that hang around that outside the store. This other store, their gas is a little bit higher, but they call the police on people if they hang around the day store, right? So we
Right.
go and I say, hey, babe, don't go up there to that store. Go to the other store right there. Babe, I don't got time to stroke your insecurities because you worried about them niggas that be at that store. I'm not worried about them, right? Okay.
Right.
Let's say she go ahead and go to that store and she's loyal to me. She's loyal to me. And she goes over there and these guys, they take this certain type of shot at her and be disrespectful. And she comes back home. And because she feels some type of way, she tells me and say, hey, baby, this nigga up here says such and such and such and such, right? As your protector and a certain type of man, I'm going to slide by there. Let me holler at him, right? I'm going to holler at this one up here. But if you would have done what I asked you to do, if you would have pre-protected me to protect you and went to the other store like I asked, instead of taking it as an insecurity, right? So we go out the door, we getting ready to go out somewhere. And I say, hey, babe, we going to a sunset. Don't wear that right there. Babe, there you go with that insecurity stuff right there, trying to tell me what to wear. Babe, let me tell you about men. We can be sitting right now. Let me tell you some real crazy stuff about men. We can be sitting some type of way, and somebody can look at us a certain type of way. I'll be talking to my other partner and be like, hey, boy, Miss, what's the name? What's the name? Old lady want me. Looking all in my face. I'm telling you how shallow it can be.
Yeah.
It can be very, very shallow. So to pre-protect, while you thinking like, oh, you trying to control me, or you thinking I'm supposed to work on your insecurities, what I'm trying to get you to do is pre-protect me from being in a space that I'm telling you, I know how men work.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You thinking I'm trying to say, I'm trying to change your life. When in a relationship, everybody's going to change. If you think that you can be a single person and say that I'm going to deal with another person and I'm not going to change anything about how I've been moving, how I've been doing, then you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy to think there's never be change. So
right.
I think there's a miscommunication on what insecurity is about. And me, I have insecurities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my insecurities are beyond that what we just talked about. My insecurities, some of my insecurities, and I would say 80 to 85% of my insecurities came from a person that I used to be in my days. I used to be a cheater. I've cheated on both sides. I've been, you know what I'm saying? So I have insecurities there because I be worried about the type of shit I done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Can men open their mouth and say that? Nah, this is a healing space for me. This me in my growth. This in my growth. You took me a few years ago, I wouldn't have told you this. I couldn't say this on in front of almost 2K, 3K, 4K, however many people watching this.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to say that. But now I can say that. I know a lot of my insecurities come from the person that I've been. But then some of the insecurities come from the person where the world has set up where we at right now. Society plays a certain type of space. To say, hey, women don't want to be, I don't want to be controlled. There are some controlling men, you know what I mean? I don't want to just say it as if that's what they're just doing. No, I can understand why they might be doing that, because it is some guys that might be, oh, hey, you remember the book I said, I get it. But that's not everybody.
Right.
I'm trying to get you to pre-protect me because I'm a real one. And I don't swallow and digest anything. So I'm going to go up here man to man and say, I'm going to holler at old boy at the store, because he know I don't got a problem with a man hollering at my woman and don't know me.
Right.
You feel me? Because I think I got great taste. Why wouldn't you? She's dope. You holler if I'm talking to her and I claim her to be my woman, I'm pretty sure somebody else would. I don't have a problem with that. My problem would be, okay, this guy knows he's seen us at the store 5 times, 10 times together. He knows, but now he sees you by yourself. He outside of the box. Yeah, I'm gonna make I'm straightening that. That's what me. But to pre-protect me, hey baby, me and you ain't together. Don't go to that store.
Right.
Go to the other store. Right. I know gas 10 cents higher over there, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay for it. Don't take that as my insecurity. Take that as pre-protecting me.
I like that. And you know what? When you said respect, I really wanted to understand what that meant. And I understand that why put yourself in a situation that you don't have to be in? And why would you put yourself in an environment where you're going to be approached by a whole bunch of men? I mean, when I go out with my girlfriends, if I'm in a relationship and a man approaches me, I'm very quick to let them know, but I'm also friendly. So I'm still gonna converse with you or conversate with you, but
we don't like it.
So if I'm not interested, I'm just gonna say I'm not interested and just be like, bye. You don't like for me to say like I got a man, but hey, how are you doing today? That's not good. We can't do that. We can't still have a conversation.
Listen, in our mind, and guess what? Here's the real thing about it. If you're respectfully doing it in a certain lane, we're not there, you know, but that's another space in our mind. In our mind, we thought, hey, you don't get to get 10 minutes of my time. Hey, I got a man, blah blah. I'm friendly, so I talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some guys might be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And some guys are okay with it. A lot of guys not. I probably one of them. Like, yeah, but don't get my time away, boo. For real, like, okay. You done told that man you got a man already. What? Because I promise you, if he walked up on you, his intentions was to engage in conversations to take it another notch and another notch. Hey, don't get my time away. Yeah, don't get my time away.
Okay, so you're saying no, men don't like that. If you in a relationship, don't even engage him. Okay, got it. So if you're not in a relationship, okay, and we meet, you know, there's interest or whatever.
Are you on the hot seat? Are you on the hot seat right now? Hey, I got sunshine on the hot seat.
Okay, so if the person is not in a relationship, right, and you meet her out, and she's an attractive woman, because you're saying if I'm attracted to her, someone else most likely is attracted to her.
Absolutely.
Are you watching this woman to see if she's talking to other men? Are you watching before you approach?
Well, in that case,
do you care that she talks to other men before you approach?
I mean, there's no way to not show some sense of emotion behind something, even if you don't even know this person. You say, I'm attracted to that. But at the same time, you got to know, like, she's dope. You know what I mean? She dope. So, you know what I mean? So let's think about this way. Let's look at it this way. Women don't want the man that can't get girls. But she don't want him to get girls. I mean, let's be honest. It's plenty of guys that's over there that is not ladies' men. Women don't talk to them. A lot of women don't. And again, we go back to the thing I said. There's always a large and a small percentage of things that happen. But majority of women.
I'm the one that likes to talk to the nerd or the person standing in the corner.
Okay. Then you're in that small percentage. You're in the small percentage. The majority of women want the guy that is that you know that's popping. I ain't saying popular, huh?
So women want what the other women are looking at. That's what you're trying to say.
Okay. Let's say this then. If a guy hollers at a girl, and 5 guys over here says, bro, I done been with her, said and said, done been with her, blah, 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 right? He might fade away and be like, nah, I ain't finna talk to her because he can't digest the fact that he over here, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Some women, she can be over. Hold on, let's see. It's some women over here that says, now, old girl done been with him. She couldn't hold it down, blah, blah, blah. 2 girls done been with him. She might still be risky enough to say, I would challenge that because there's a reason why they was on him.
Right.
Men don't see that the same way. They look at it like, oh, that man, I can't digest that. I don't really want to. I can't. How do I digest my body count? You know what? Here's the thing about relationship. I don't even want to know.
Right.
Be my lie. There's a time to lie at this point because I'm not gonna ask you that.
I feel like
so I'm gonna have a mental. I'm gonna create a mental lie for myself. This is a virgin. You got 3 kids. And you was a virgin to me. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna digest that. Leave that alone. I'm not even gonna ask the question. I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't want to know.
You know what, King? I want to do an experiment. I want you and I. We're gonna go to the club, library. I don't know where you meet people at.
Right. I have no idea.
Maybe I'm just different. I'm the one. I'll sit back and I'll see somebody in the corner over there chilling by himself, and you see all the women like, I'll be the one to go over there and talk to him because I'm gonna be like, what's going on? Hey boo, what's going on? Why you standing over here? Because that's just me. But if I see a guy that's kind of making his rounds and talking to different women, you see him at the bar, he's buying a drink or whatever, I'm paying attention because he's an attractive guy. He caught my attention, but I'm going to watch his moves. I'm going to watch how many women he talks to. I'm definitely going to watch when he pull his phone out because that most likely means that he's getting a phone number. But I don't know. I like a challenge and I don't mind. I'll actually be the one to go up and be like, hey, you just got her phone number and I've been watching you all night. What's up? But that's me.
Guys are so shallow though. We'll sit in there. Yeah. We shallow. We'll watch you have the baddest outfit on in the club. We'll watch every nigga in here be on you, right? And if we talk to you one time, we don't want another nigga in your face. No, I like her. I see you over there.
Huh? Yeah. We single though. We single. Everybody's single.
Okay, so
on me, we ain't even gone on a date yet.
Right. So here's the nature. So this the honest thing I would tell you about. Okay. Depending on where a guy is in his life. If a guy, so when a lot of women, I hear a lot of women on social media, podcasts and whatnot, and they make comments like, "Oh, I want a guy that has this amount of money, right?
6 figures.
He want this money." Mm-hmm. Sometimes that shit comes with comes with something.
It does. He ain't
because
got time
when he got options, when a man got a certain amount of money, he may have certain type of options. Exactly. A certain amount of money might come with shut up. Right. With a due respect. Hey, shut up. Because guess what? I'm taking care of 2 bills over here. I'm taking out the bills. It come with a shut up. And you got to find out what's more important to you. Do I want the financial place, or do I say I want somebody that's gonna make me feel some type of way? You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes we miss out on that, and that's the modern day space, and that's where the fearful place come in for men dating to say, hey, if I'm not, there's nothing wrong for you looking for some sense of security. You're supposed to. Right. But if you're telling me that is the main space, then I know somebody got more money than me.
Right.
Now I got, when you go out to the club over there where they pop bottles at, and the boy can buy a $300 bottle in the club. I gotta be sitting over here to say, even if I'm the person that said I can buy, but that's not what I do. Are you going to be more attracted to that space? Or are you going to look at him and say, so watch this. This is some real shit. So anybody who listen, don't take this wrong. Listen in. It's for the girls that be out bopping or doing whatever, right? They will end up laying down with the rich nigga and charge the poor nigga. Because the rich nigga can make you believe whatever you want to believe. He can pump fake, he can do all that. So her intentions are saying, how do I get him to this space? So I'm going to go ahead. But the poor nigga, I'm going to charge this nigga. Look at him. He swear he got it. Nigga, this where I'm at right here in my life. If you can't do this, then go that way, boy. But the nigga who got the money, she go ahead and dive in, not knowing that he got options. And his options really different when it comes to women. Women always going to have a bigger option pool than men, because you know the attraction is there. We into, you know, whatever woman. It's always going to be a bigger pool when it comes to women. But women got to be careful when they say I'm chasing a certain type of security, because when you are chasing that certain type of security, you got to understand that might come with a consequence. That might come with a certain level of what type of man you're dealing with. Because if he's not there and he's somewhere else, and I just got the bag, I get to do what I want to because my options are different.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You gotta make sense. You gotta make it make sense.
Yeah. I feel for dating, that's not something that I've enjoyed dating in the past. I enjoy getting to know people. But dating, it's competitive. Dating is competitive. You have to be consistent, because if you're not being consistent, someone else is being consistent. And you know, if you're not being consistent, that person that is being more consistent is getting their time. And then the making time. People are busy nowadays. Everybody has a life, everybody has a job, everybody has extracurricular activities. So then making the time for one another. But you're right, those 3 C's: the commitment, the communication, the consistency. I hear it all the time, even with like some of the ladies that I coach and some of my couples that I work with. People that I work with that are single. I hear that all the time. Consistency. There's no consistency. There's no consistency. Communication. I hear from him every 3-4 days, or, you know, I only talk to her once a week or something like that. And I ask them, well, are you talking to other people? Yeah. Right. So are you being consistent with them? You know? So dating is just, there's so much to it now. And for those that are traditional like you, I can see how it can be really hard to date in today's yeah. So
and then everything is sassy. Men can't do anything now. I just read a post the other day that somebody put up and say he in the kitchen cooking and all that. He extra sassy or something. And the girl that posted it said, well, sassy me up then. You know, she was like, if that's sassy, then sassy me up. And I'm like, yo, you know, it's crazy. You know, the thought pattern of men is kind of like you want. I don't know. I think men are being a little bit more verbal nowadays when it comes to their own feelings and emotional spaces than back in the day. Back in the day, I think you just suck it up. You was trained to say, hey, I'm supposed to be doing this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? But then once it got to a space, the man said, hey, baby, hey, I need you to rub my back one time and say, hey, it's gonna be all right. And they said, oh, this nigga too sassy. What is he all in his feelings? You know what I mean? But it's always been feelings there. Matter of fact, there's been a lot of feelings there, because when a man locks in on a woman that says, that's mine, that's my space, he don't go in with the intentions on saying, what's up my backup plan. I've seen women go into marriages and say, I got to keep me a bank account. I don't know when I might. No, you don't go into nothing worrying about the exit plan.
Exactly. And that's the other thing. It's so easy. People get out of marriages so easily nowadays. They don't get through the tough things. They don't, it's not till death do you part anymore. It's like,
No.
oh, I don't like the way he dresses anymore. I don't want to be married no more. I mean, it's people in marriages for reasons that it's like, why did you get married in the first place? What was the reason why you got married? But like you said, they saw the security and didn't invest the rest.
Right.
But then also people end relationships over the slightest thing nowadays.
Right.
And that's because there's so many options out here and there's so much going on in the dating pool. It really is.
Mm.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on. This was
It's
great.
it's a cesspool going on right now.
It is. And I don't want no parts.
Oh my God.
I don't want no parts. I'm 48. I don't want no parts of the dating pool. I'm not. I don't want none.
I'm so old fashioned. Let's go have a dinner or whatever. For me, here's what I will tell you about men. And I wish a lot of women
You ain't
understood.
gonna be mad at you. You giving away a lot of secrets tonight, Coach.
Yeah, somebody gonna sharpshoot me in a minute.
You're
But
talking about men a lot tonight. You giving away a lot of secrets.
Right. One thing about men is that if women understood, if a guy is in tune with you, if he's $1 million man, you will be treated like $1 million woman. If he's check to check, you will be treated check to check. A guy wants to say that smile on her face is because of me, right? So you're not gonna have to tell him that if you're gonna take me out, you gotta pay for it. See, that energy messes it up for real niggas. And excuse me, because he's gonna already, if he asks you out, you best believe he's intentionally ready to cover the night. But when you making it an obligation, it seems like, dang, I was already gonna do that, but you made me feel a certain type of way behind it. You know what I mean? And that's just the nature again. And then granted, there's a small and large percentage. There are some guys that said, hey, I'm attracted to you. I can't do nothing. I can't pay for nothing, I can't do nothing. And granted, I don't know if this dude is really good with kids, or he could be really good at other things, but sometimes women won't know that because he don't meet one of the other criteria to even start this thing. You know what I mean? And that might be good for you or bad for you. You could be passing up your king. Men do the same thing. They visual. They get caught up in this certain type of visual, and they say, okay, what I'm normally loose to, I like that, but I passed her up. Mm-hmm. But hey, what you might have passed up is the girl that's saying, I don't need you to take care of me. I just like your swag. I just like who you are as a person. Matter of fact, that little business that you trying to start, nigga, I got your back on it. Blah, blah, blah. He don't know that because he's so attracted to this mess over here because she in the same place. So it goes both ways. You know what I mean? So
yeah, expectations. I think expectations a lot is unrealistic. A lot in dating, I think, with expectations. And then the other thing is that there are you're right. People are initially attracted to the physical. Everybody, man and woman, you're initially attracted to the physical, period. You see somebody in public, they're attractive. Your initial attraction to people is physical, point blank. No one can argue that. If you want to argue that, we can, but you ain't gonna win. The initial attraction to a person is physical. So if you have that initial attraction, that we're grown, right? But people, when it comes to investing that time, I agree. If you and I say, I'm feeling you, I like you or whatever, I'm going to invest in you in some way, shape, or form. And I'm going to make time for you. I'm going to communicate with you. I'm going to do all of those things with you. But I just feel that dating has just gotten so easy that people's expectations are either too high or too low. And then people don't have to work as hard to date because they can just they can be a sorry ass nigga and they can be a sorry ass nigga with this woman over here and she's gonna love him to death. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's so much. I feel for people.
Some,
I
some
feel
guys, some guys are afraid of the challenge too. Like you know, because there's a level in anything. There's a level, and there's a certain pack of certain people, and some men need a woman that need him, right? And then some men need a woman that, let's say that a lot of men talk about leadership, right? But if women knew this, we be wanting leadership only to turn right around and give it back to you. But I think some women don't even understand that. God don't want to. He thinking he out lead. Yeah. I did with my woman. We'll turn right around and put that back in your hand. We'll turn right around and put it back in your hand, depending on what type of guy you're dealing with. Some guys can be a controller in the space. They just want to be able to do what they do. But when you truly want to be involved, in love, then the relaxing space. I want to be able to lay down on the pillow and tell you my worst secret. Where's my comfortable landing? I want to have a comfortable landing. If I can't be comfortable here because I've been holding so much in here and weighing so much on here, that when I come into you, I want to be able to let my shoulders down and I want to be able to be free as I can be. When I can't do that, that means I'm bottling up stuff that I can't sell. And when I can't sell it, it turns into weight that I gotta carry because I don't have that person that I can say, hey, I want to free this today. I want to free right here. This pillow talk. Not for you to use it against me in 3 months when we get into an argument, because I respectfully gave you that because I trust you, and you know whatnot.
You want her to be your safe space.
You gotta be my safe space. You gotta be my safe space.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I love it. I love it. This was good. This was good. You know what? I'm telling you right now, we're gonna set a date. We're gonna go somewhere that we know is gonna be popping. Okay. Single people. And we're gonna watch and so forth and so on. And I really want to see, like, you know, from your perspective and my perspective, we go into the same place. And I want to see, you know, how does that work? If I'm talking to a couple of guys, you're talking to a couple of women, you know, are there going to be, you know, I just want to see how this comes out, because I do believe that women and men have different ways of approaching and different ways of communicating and different ways of dating. And I would like to just set up a scene where we're both like, okay, this is what we're doing tonight. Enjoy it, but also be able to make a point that, you know, dating, you have to be careful with dating. You have to be meticulous. You have to be thorough. You know, guys.
Right, absolutely. I would love to. Also, too, I be seeing that you have certain panels and stuff. I would like to end up sitting on some of those panels when it's multiple people to get the because I'm a big debater. I don't mind debating it, and I'm good at being able to digest somebody have disagreements. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? And I think somebody, you know, some people take certain out of content, but I like it. I like it. I like it.
I like it. Let's do it. Let's get a group of people together and just talk about relationships and dating and what that looks like. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes. Well, I am so glad that we were able to do this. Thank you for being brave and being in my first hot seat. This actually wasn't bad.
No, this is good. And I was ready for the bad. I'm with the bad stuff. I was with it. You know what I mean? But I'm glad this was a dope conversation. And I'm hoping somebody somewhere got something out of it, because I did. I did. You really, yeah. So it was good. And and let me throw my plug in. Look at us.
I was about to say, tell us how we can get your book.
It's on Amazon right now. You can go to Amazon, look at us by Marcus D. Davis. Just a conversation. I'm working on volume 2. Volume 2 is called Look at Us, The Footprints. This is Look at Us.
Okay.
Look at Us, Just a Conversation. And you
Uh-huh.
can get that on Amazon right now. And volume 2 will be coming soon. I wrote it. I made it very small. I wasn't a big reader, so I wanted
Uh-huh.
to make it where it was compact and meant the whole lot. Also, I have a clothing line called Sweatwear because I deal with
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Sweatwear.
Mm-hmm.
Sweat stands for sports where every athlete thrives.
Ooh. I
But it's
like
bigger than
it.
sport. It's bigger than sports. I'm trying to be the next Nike, Reebok, Adidas to come up. So
Okay.
again, we have to learn how to recycle our money. I didn't work on quantity. I worked on quality. So
Got
I promise you, my material my fabric,
it.
my t-shirts are t-shirts that you're gonna hang up in your closet. My sweatsuits are very authentic where my manufacturing base our cotton off 125, not 100. So we have my leggings. I got a great lining coming up for women.
Mhm.
Um and Swiss, man, I got it. So I mean, please order with me right now. If anybody order with me within the next couple of weeks, I am giving them 10 to 15% off of everything what I'm selling. So please lock in. Do I got a website? No, but I know y'all see me on Facebook and Instagram. Um,
Okay.
lock in, and I promise you, I got some dope stuff.
Can I get a shirt? Because I started my lingerie boutique back up, which I'm very excited. So
Okay.
I need to get a shirt, t-shirt, something to put with my lingerie and do a photo
Yeah,
shoot.
I got a really really dope thing, and it's called so it's sweatwear. Then for the ladies, I got for that the home, it's called sleepwear. And it's
Okay.
the comfortable it's the comfortable towel material shorts that they wore back in the day, and the little tank tops where you can really relax and be sexy in it too. So yeah, get with
Ooh.
me. I'll tell you, you got the number, so make sure you get with me. And I would love for you to put it
Okay.
on because if they see you wear it, they'll understand, and you can be honest with them and tell them what it feels like, what it looks like. Because I'm definitely shooting for quality over
Got
quantity. So I
Okay.
really wanted to feel good. Yeah,
Well, I would love to get something so that I can my next photo shoot, I can include it in there. I'm excited about the lingerie coming back and my boutique coming back, and I like to partner with people who have lines for me to feature as well. So yes, we're gonna do that. I think we have something good cooking between us to put
absolutely,
together.
absolutely,
So let's make it happen. I really appreciate you, and let's plan something. You and I,
right,
we gonna plan something, a conversation among singles, talk about dating, and maybe
absolutely,
and invite some couples too, so they can give some of the
absolutely.
some inside information.
Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate you having me, and
I appreciate.
I can't wait to the next adventure.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I would like to give 3 people a copy of your book.
Okay,
So I'm gonna get three. I need signed copies, Mr. Davis. I need
okay,
signed copies, and I'm gonna
got
give
them
them
up.
away to
Okay,
3 people. So
that's
I'm
what's
gonna
up.
look to see who's commented or liked and hearted. So y'all, if y'all listen to me, if y'all want his book, y'all want to get to know Marcus more. He's single, ladies. He's single.
And and
Get
and,
his
and
book.
here's what I say about this book.
Uh
Even
huh.
if you get this book, even if Sunshine get it to you for free, if
Uh huh.
there is nothing in this book for you, I'll pay you $15 back for it, and it's only 10.
Okay, that sounds like a guarantee. And the beautiful Avanette, she said no couples, singles only. I got you, girl. I got you. So Marcus, you're gonna have to meet Miss Avanette. She is an Amazon, but she's sexy.
Okay,
She is
what's up?
sexy. She's sexy,
Okay,
Marcus. I'm about to introduce you
right.
to her. All right, so we're gonna get together. Thank you everybody for watching. This was our first hot seat. No questions that are barred, but we were pretty easy on Marcus tonight. So it's okay. We were pretty easy on him
I'll be
tonight.
back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
You will be. You will be. I got you. All right. Well, everybody, thank you. Make sure you follow both of us, King Mac 100 on Instagram and Facebook. The Private Room Live. I am Sunshine Brown. Follow us, and we will see you next Wednesday. We are going to be interviewing a couple next Wednesday, so make sure that y'all look out for that. Make sure you follow us, and we will see you then. Good night.